What's up, guys? Welcome back to another standard video here on the channel. And I gotta tell you, we have been crushing the past couple of days. I don't usually do this, but for some reason, I gotta say, hold on, save the changes to this real quick. I wanted to show you this because I don't usually make a push towards Mythic, but I figured since we started early in the season, we started at number 40, and we've kind of just been cruising. I think my highest rank so far has been number 6, and maybe even making a push towards number 1 every day on stream. So be sure to check out the live stream on Twitch. But we are going to be talking about one of the decks that we had a phenomenal win streak with, and that is this Celestia Cage deck. First and foremost, shout out to Twitter and MTGO user Ms. Lizzie. I first saw this deck list when they top-8'd a challenge with it, and it looked very cool. I wanted to try it out. I think I made a couple of small changes. I'm not entirely sure from their list because we've gone through so many iterations of this deck over the past couple of days. But Collector's Cage is an extremely powerful card from Bro, where when it enters the battlefield, you can hide away, ideally something big. We'll get to that in a second. And then if you have creatures with power 3 or more after you put a counter on something, then you get to play the exiled card for free. Now, the ability resolves after the counters goes on. So say you have two 2-power creatures and a 1-power creature. You activate the cage, put a counter on one of the 2-power creatures. Now you have a 3, a 2, and a 1, and that's 3 different powers for cage. So Collector's Cage works very well with cards that generate multiple bodies that have different power, which we have quite a few of in this deck. The only new card we have here from Foundations is Llanowar Elves, but it's a big one, because it accelerates you into your 3-mana plays on turn 2, which can then in turn help you activate the cage that much faster, but it also gives you another body for the Collector's Cage, so it kind of does double duty in this deck. Now, as for the cards that generate multiple bodies, we have 5 of them, well, at 3 mana at least, 3 Toby and 2 Sanguine Evangelist. Toby, 3 mana for a 4/4 and a 1/1. Sanguine Evangelist, 3 mana for a 2/1 and a 1/1. And those are very nice because they're different powers, so when you go to activate the cage, you kind of already have that separation already on the battlefield. These cards work well with Enduring Innocence. You have a ton of creatures that trigger it to draw extra cards. Then you look at the expensive stuff. So this is the stuff that ideally you want to hit off of Collector's Cage. Now, the one thing I will mention about Collector's Cage, and with these hits specifically, these are all cards that you can cast for not an unreasonable amount of mana. Virtue of Loyalty can be a 2-mana 2/2. Overlord of the Mistmoors, especially with Llanowar Elves, can just be a 4 mana for 2 2/1 flyers. Again, more bodies for Collector's Cage. And then Dollmaker Shop, this is probably the worst of the bunch as far as the 2-mana half is concerned. But for 2 mana, you get a room that says whenever you attack, you make a 1/1. And the 1/1 helps you with cage bodies and stuff. But all of these cards have a powerful alternate mode that they can be cast for and played for free off of Collector's Cage, where you can cage into the 5-mana half of Virtue, which is very good if you already have a wide battlefield. Cage, this is your best hit. Cage into a 6/6 Overlord. You still get the ETB trigger, but you get to keep the 6/6. And then Porcelain Gallery is only good if you already have a large number of creatures in the battlefield, but this card can frequently just kill your opponent the turn you cast it. Say you have 5 assorted powers of creatures, you cage into Porcelain Gallery, now they're all base 5/5s. And what's important about them being base 5/5s is the counters that you get off of cage, they retain those counters. So if you have a base 5/5 and it has a counter or 2, then that's a 6/6 or a 7/7. So you can kind of imagine there's a lot of ways to just end the game. Now, some cool cards here that I want to shout out. Sheltered by Ghosts, probably the best removal spell in the format. I'm not kidding when I say that. It is a little restrictive and it's risky, right? You have to pick and choose your spots with Sheltered, but it's an extremely powerful card and the backbone of all of the white base decks. And Nurturing Pixie, which is cool because it does a couple of things. First and foremost, if you Collector's Cage and don't hit a payoff, you just go again. Also, Nurturing Pixie works pretty well with stuff like Toby and Sanguine because you can bounce those to get another trigger, another token. I've even bounced Overlord for 4 mana. You go turn 4 Overlord, turn 5 Pixie, bounce the Overlord, play the Overlord again for 4 mana. So another way to generate some bodies. Mana base, nothing too crazy. I do really want to shout out Restless Prairie, though. This card is phenomenal in this deck. A kind of underutilized of the creature lands, but it is absolutely fantastic because you go so wide in this deck. You have so many ways to make multiple bodies, and 3/3 that pumps your team ends the game very quickly. Sideboard, the domain matchup is pretty bad, so we want to play a bunch of Aven Interrupters to stop their Sunfalls. Smite for red, Beza for red, Vacuum for graveyard decks, Get Lost for Shelly, Pop Patch for demons, and one Vivian Reed also for demons. So pretty straightforward sideboard, but nothing too crazy there. Yeah, this deck is fantastic. I will shout out Pop Patch Recruit real quick. Pretty versatile card. You can play it on turn 1. It's not that embarrassing. But ideally, it's another one of these 3-drops that you want to play on turn 3 with Offspring to get 2 bodies. You get a 2-power creature and a 1-power creature. It's sort of like another Sanguine Evangelist, but I think it's a lot better than Sanguine Evangelist. But yeah, that is the Cage deck. Again, we have quite a run to showcase you guys on today's video. We've been working and changing the version. I have actually an updated version in the outro that you want to stay tuned for. So, as always, like, subscribe, and I will see you back here in just a little bit for round. D-Gnome. D-Gnome. Play first. That is a 1-lander. Arena, please, not like this. We cannot be starting like this today. You gotta give me a second land, Arena. Okay, Arena has provided a second land. You're just gonna ask nicely. Okay, this hand's nice. Turn 2 Innocence. Not a bad hand. Okay, never mind. Turn 3 Innocence, that's what I said. Sticking to it. I think I'm going to save the Pop Patch. Mono white. Mono white. Innocence. Hey, what's up, Bros? How you doing? Standard is based. Best format right now, not close. Yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely have to see what happens on, in 2 weeks. I'm going to end up making a video on my predictions for the ban list in 2 weeks. I'll probably try to make that video tomorrow and then have it out like... Word. I'll try to have that video... I'll try to record that video this week and try to have it out like, end of this week or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think is gonna happen in Modern? I guess there's 2 questions here, right? It's like, what do you think is going to happen and what should happen, right? And I think those are 2 very different things. As far as what I think is going to happen, I mean, I think it's probably going to be like the One Ring and Guide of Souls, because I do think they have to ban something from energy. Yeah. No, I think they have to. I think an energy ban is required at this point. Yeah, Raptor is up there too. I think you could maybe make an argument for Raptor or... You could make an argument for Raptor or Guide of Souls. Honestly, they're both good enough that maybe they just get rid of both. No changes. Dude, can you imagine the absolute shitstorm if no changes happens? See, you say they're not going to kill the whole energy deck, but honestly, I wouldn't necessarily be all that surprised if they did. If they just said, look, we fucked up. We're going to man up. We're going to fix our mistake. Every energy card from MH3 out of here. Like, I don't think that would surprise me that much. They're 22. Can I kill them? 3, 7, 10, 13, plus 6 is 9, plus 6 is 25. Yeah, they're just dead on board. Okay. I'm pretty sure they just left themselves dead on board. I guess if they have an untapped land... okay. No longer dead on board. So... Pump up the flyers? We do go to 16, though, so I can probably attack them again, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But they have this. Okay, so... Yeah, but the problem is they can just flip Caretaker's Talent and kill me. So, Restless Prairie, Animate, these would be 4, 8, 10, 12, 15, 17. Yeah, but then we just leave ourselves dead on board, right? 16, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 22. So I need to leave 2 blockers back. Yeah, we don't have enough. Okay. We aren't getting a blocker off the Overlord, though. So let's just hit for 7, play Innocence Pass. I think this is our best line. Yo, what's up, Leak? How did day 2 at the Open go? Let's just say my inexperience drafting Foundations reared its ugly head. That's what I will say. I thought I drafted a reasonable black-white deck, and it turns out that my deck was not nearly as good as I thought it was. Hey, yo, Aspiring Spike, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hope you had a good standard stream. We're playing some Celestia Collector's Cage, and we are currently facing down a very, very large board here, which does not please me. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 18. I don't think I can kill them because they also gain 9 here. Yeah, so chat was asking about my day 2 in the Arena Open. Let me just do some quick math here. 7 plus 8 is... Okay, hold on. Actually, can I kill him? 7, 15, 17, 19, 21, 24, 27. Yeah, they're dead. Okay. So I guess they just left themselves dead on board? Why did they do that? Chat, why did they leave themselves dead on board? I'm confused. Anyways. Yeah, so day 2 of the Arena Open. I ended up we very, very easily day 2'd, right? This was 1 sealed pool, most broken sealed pool of all time. I had 4 Vampire Gourmands. That sealed pool was completely ridiculous. It was like, I didn't even have to try. And then we did like some practice drafts on Saturday to do, because I had never done a Foundations draft before. And I learned a lot from drafting on Saturday, and I tried to carry those principles over into day 2. I think my deck was like okay, but I just didn't have enough enablers. No healers, hawks, none of the like cheap ways to gain life. That was the problem. Yeah, but I will tell you, look, you have to at least give me some credit for not drafting green. Had the blue-red deck go. That was like, I think I went 7-1 with that deck. The one that was in the draft deck that was in the Discord. That deck was absurd. Innocence. Yeah, no hawks, no pride mates. Again, I only saw 1 hawk. And I perhaps should have probably taken it over Fetish Panda. But I did a couple more drafts yesterday just to like get more of a feel for it. I'm learning some things. I'm definitely learning some things about Foundations. It's a weird format. I think that like I think you kind of have to throw, I don't know. Maybe not throw normal pick orders out of the way, but like I feel like there's things in Foundations that you have to prioritize a lot more than you would in other formats, if that makes sense. Maybe that's not like the best way to put it, but that's kind of how I envision it, or how I see it. Eesh. Opponent has made a fish. Fish successfully made. You thought the format was play all the rares and mythics you see? No, that's Cube. Cube is you're thinking of Cube there. Hey, what's up, Siggy? Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for the raid, Siggy. Appreciate that. Hope you had a good stream. We're playing some standard Selesnya Cage. It's not going too poorly. Okay, do we try and hit a spell off the map? I think we do. Okay, so keep that. They clearly have more interaction, though. I guess they could just be holding up Carrot Cake. Let's just go for it. If they want to spend a removal spell on Nurturing Pixie, I don't really care that much. Now, the problem is we can't beat a Sunfall. But they don't have Sunfall. No chance they have Sunfall, right? What's the best standard deck? I mean, if you're looking for... If you're asking me, like, what is the best standard deck in terms of win rate, per se, my answer would probably be one of the two mid-range decks. Mono White or not Mono White. Golgari or Dimir. I think it's one of those two. Mono White's pretty good. The Zur deck is busted. Does anybody know what the Zur deck is supposed to be bad against? Like, every time I've seen and or played against the Zur deck, I've never seen it lose. Not a single time. Mono red? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because it does struggle with its mana. But what if you just built a Zur deck that had a 14-card sideboard against mono red or something? Because Zur cannot possibly lose to the mid-range decks. It's like 0% for any of the black decks against Zur. Zur would need 4 Crystal Barricades. Well, I mean, against the current versions of red, is Crystal Barricade even that good? I'm not sure that it is. Okay. Opponent has deceased. I'm not gonna play a game where I get 4 for 1. Don't miss me with that, you know. Miss me with that. You do it? No, you wouldn't. Don't lie to me like that. Now you're flat out lying to me. You try to get me to say poop hatch, now you're lying to me? Like, who are you and what have you done with Jose? Dude, alright, I'm done. I'm done with Jose. Also, I think that deserves a nice. Toxic nice. Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. I had a nightmare the other day. Yeah, it wasn't about Kaido. I know that's what you think I was going to say, but it was not about Kaido. Toby. Big C. The value. The value. Am I wrong for saying GG when my opponent has a lethal attack and then casting Aetherese? No, that's just like the Luis Pen trick. That's just good content. If you're not doing that when you have Aetherese, then you're just doing it wrong. Let's do this. Kind of wanted them to counter it. But this one still triggers off Kellen, so this is fine. Okay. We do this. They can go Sailor, double block the 4/4, but pretty happy if they do that. Or not. Apparently Kaido likes a challenge. This isn't really much of a challenge, though, right? Honestly, that's what you should be doing when you have Aetherize. You're just being honest, right? Was it a good game? You know, that's all you have to ask yourself. You're not being dishonest. Ooh. Dolby. I don't know if we're going to play that deck later on. I haven't decided yet. Okay. Landlord. You figure it out. Decline. Decline. All right, Kaido has been successfully defeated. It's a little annoying. It smells like interference. Yeah, we kind of have that covered, though. Okay, can I beat an 8/8 is the question. Oh, right, I forgot about that. So I guess we trade... Let's trade Elf for it. We have plenty of mana. I'm at 11. We have Cage next turn. Anything good? Well, we go again. So now let's go 4, 2, 1. So I need to put a counter on a 3 or a 4. I think I'd rather have the counter on here. Cast this. Trigger here. Counter here. Yeah, not Toby. Oh, okay. Where'd they go? What happened? They weren't dead. This deck is nice. I think we're cooking with this one, chap. Get Lost Interrupter, Beza. What do you guys think about Vivian Reed against Dimir? Like, they have a lot of flyers, but their flyers are cheap. And I don't really think 5 mana to kill a flyer is where you want to be against Dimir. I think you just want the cheap kill spells. Kind of the same thing with Paw Patch, right? Like, yeah, they have flyers, but their flyers all cost 1 and 2 mana, you know? I don't even think Paw Patch is that good. It's better against Golgari because they have expensive enchantments and 4 mana demons, but... Like, I just don't think this is the kind of trades you want to make against Dimir. You want to pressure them and have cheap removal for their creatures, you know? Like Cut Down, Elspeth Smite, those cards are good against Dimir. Yeah, Paw Patch maybe if they have Annex, which, to be fair, they did show us a Soulstone Sanctuary, so that could mean they have Annex. But we didn't see an Annex this game. I think I'm just going to do the Smites, though. This is what I was doing before, which I think is fine. Yeah, that's true. Vivian does draw cards, but even then, it's like they have so many cheap creatures that pressure Vivian. Just not sure if I like it that much. It's lands and spells. I usually don't mulligan lands and spells against Dimir. It's not the best mix of lands and spells, but... Yeah, half kill's a curiosity. This is probably worse than just going Plains Virtue. Okay. Good to know. I feel like I've seen a couple of lists with Soulstone over Fountain Port, but... I don't know if that was like a common thing. Honestly? Let's do this first. I want to try and bait out a counterspell. Flood pits. Sure. Just do this again. And that gives us 2 blockers for their 2 attackers. Stop flooding my piss. Oh yeah, Standard's fantastic right now. Welcome, Communicate. Do we go... It's weird, because I want to go Toby Virtue, because Toby Virtue gives us more bodies to block the Curiosity, but Innocence is much better. Yeah, it has to be Innocence, right? Maybe this is worse if they have a counterspell. Defabricate. I've been defabricated. I have been defabricated. No more fabric. Can this deck play any Cavalry Souls? It's kind of awkward because you have elves and warriors on one, and then your 3s I don't think line up that well. It's like vampire and human, so I think your types are just too spread out to play Cavernous Souls. Am I chumping this Curiosity? Yeah, I think I am. God, that feels weird, though. Let's do it. We do get the token back off of Evangelist, so it's not all that bad. Okay. Or so I thought. Turns out we don't get the token. Let's go wide. Wide Joel. All right, your turn. Wide Joel. I mean, going wide Joel is pretty good with Virtue. Do this. Okay. Yeah. What is your last card? Is it a counterspell? Could be. It's not. I'll chill. I could attack there because I'm going to untap, but I'd rather just have more blockers. Like, the longer this game goes with Virtue in hand, as long as we keep the Virtue in play, we can't lose this game. What was the reasoning for a double block there? Well, unfortunately, Toby's line of text says the token can't attack or block alone, so I have to double block. Yeah, the token can't attack or block alone, so it's a requirement. I could, like, animate Prairie here, but I kind of don't want to. I'm just going to play this as slow as possible. Maybe I'm playing too slow into them having, like, a potential wrath, but... Fuck it, we ball. Cosmo, thank you for the prime. I mean, what are they going to do, right? Yeah, the answer is die. All right, we're cooking. We're cooking. This deck's nice. It's really sickening how many good red cards they gave us. Just like every single card in the red deck is just a 10 out of 10. It's nuts. Like, you cannot tell me they have a single bad card in their deck. It's wild. Fountain Port spiking? Oh, I didn't see that. I kind of wish I got more. I only got 2 copies. Toby or Sanguine? Probably Sanguine first. I mean, the only explanation I could think of is like we're deeper into the RCQ season. You know what's weird about the RCQs? When I like the very first week or first couple of weeks, I was looking at the Spice Rack schedule, and there was like maybe 8 RCQs scheduled for the next 2 months. And I looked last week, and now there's 30. So apparently all the schedulers just waited for like the first couple of weeks, and I don't know why they did that. But there was like I checked and there was nothing, and then earlier today there was just an infinite there. I don't know why they all waited. Like I don't know if they were waiting till like the holiday season or something, but I mean a lot of them are in December, so. Playing the Toby is really bad if they have Sunfall. You know what I could do? I could actually go Toby and Pixie the Toby this turn. And that way, if they have Sunfall, at least I have this as a follow-up. Which is nice. We just want a Gruul guide? No, I don't do sideboard guides. People keep asking me for sideboard guides for like the Grixis pot deck and the blue-white Glyph deck, and I'm just like, dude, I don't have a guide. Do you want to know what my sideboard guide would be? It would be 10 pages, right? The first page would just be sideboard based on vibes, and the next 9 pages would just be, like comics. Because that's all I do. I just sideboard based on vibes. I don't use a guide. It's just vibes, man. It's vibes. All about vibes. All right, give me something good after this. Yeah, that qualifies. 4, 2, 1, 1. Okay, what if I did this? What if I mapped first on a 1 to try and make it a 2? And now... I guess there's no reason to do this pre-combat. Do I ever play versus viewers? No, not really. Not really. I have 3 in hand. Okay, let's go to combat. Get in there, Pixie. Get in there, Pixie. When do I cast this Virtue? I guess now. I should have targeted this. Guess doing it this way is not great if they have Get Lost. But I kind of feel like this is going to force them to Sunfall. At least that's what I'm thinking. Could have also mapped onto the Evangelist and then, yeah, maybe that could have attacked. Do I have a rough guess of how many cards are in Standard? Why would I even ever... What would I ever do with that information? My answer would be like 4,000, somewhere in that range. Somewhere between like 3,800 and 4,200 would be my guess. You would simply just know. Right. But like... But what... I guess my question is, what is the benefit of knowing that information, Is there a benefit? I'm not sure there is. I only have 2 in hand, just not that bad. When someone asks you the question, you'll sound smart. Dude, there is nothing. There is no amount of knowledge that I could ever hold within this brain of mine that would make me sound smart. Not a single thing. Like, regardless of what I told you, I would never sound smart. Oh, it is 3270. Oh, so Tom Berjugled is what you're saying. Mods. Collector. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing with our lives? Shelter my ghosts. Kind of want to do this. Question is, do I want to cast the Sheltered? Kind of don't. I guess I can kill a token with it. What's my worst creature, Toby? Maybe they draw a card in response. They don't. Battle Cry. Chat, how does Battle Cry work with Dollmaker Shop? Like, if I do the Porcelain Gallery thing, does it still get the buff from Battle Cry? I think it does, right? I think it does. Because this says base power and toughness. Yeah, let's look at the buff. It is, in fact, based. Okay, I would like to put a counter on Toby with this cage. Now that has resolved. Now I would like to put a counter on... this. Porcelain Gallery. I'll send you to the gallery. Back to the gallery. I believe this is an attack for 16. Right? Yeah, okay. Well, don't Sunfall me, I guess. -1 creature land. They definitely don't have Sunfall. You know, it is funny how the Porcelain Gallery actually makes Toby worse. Because it just gives me 2/2/2s instead of a 4/4 and a 1/1. Now, I mean, I don't think it matters, because, like, we could just do this and whatever. Okay, so mono white. Mono white. All right. You kill enchantments. You kill enchantments. You kill enchantments. You counter Sunfall. Sheltered out. Shop out. I've been boarding out Sanguine against them. Because it's not great against Sunfall. Or no, I was boarding out Killing and keeping in 1 Sanguine. That's what I was doing. Anyways. Keep. Shut up, I like it. Look, I'm not trying to poop in your Cheerios or anything, but it's not for me, all right? It's not for me. My silence is a little too loud. I didn't say anything, to be fair. I didn't say anything. Cage. All right, cage my ass. He poops in a hatch. That's not what I said at all. He's bitter that the Eagles won again. No, I'm bitter that I lost in fantasy. Dude, I scored unreal. So I was like, I had the most points in the league going into the 8 o'clock game. Or whatever, going into whatever, the 4 o'clock games. I was like crushing my opponent. And he had the Tampa running back or whatever. And I think it was the Tampa running back. And the Tampa running back was like questionable to return, and I was up 10 points. Yeah, Bucky, that's who it was. Yeah, he had Bucky. questionable to return, and he had like, at that point he had 10 points. He had like whatever, maybe like 12 fantasy points, and I was up 10, and it was like third quarter questionable to return. I'm like, surely he's not going to come back, and then he comes back and I lose by 2 points. Like, come on, man. What the fuck? What is that shit? Just like so heartbreaking. That's fantasy football for you. I mean, I guess we're just doing this. Could attack first. Do you think they block? Like, you think they double block? Kind of okay if they do, honestly. See, this is nice because I can just put the counter on something else. They should double block this, if anything, because then they force me to put the counter here. You're gonna miss your fantasy playoffs. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna let this happen, and then now we can do the Overlord. So I think I am in a position where I am currently, so there's 5 people that are locked, and the 6th spot in the playoffs is currently up for grabs. We're both 6 and 7. I currently have the tiebreaker, which is points 4. I'm up by 50. So as long as we both win, or we both lose, or I win and he loses, then I'm a lock. So the only way that that he gets in is I lose and he wins. But we'll see what happens. I'm feeling good, though. Space is kind of cringe. Okay, let's go here. Here. Cast this. Destroy this. Attack for 2. I want to hold back to 3/2 to block a fish token, because I want to protect Viv. I didn't watch the Niners game last night. That's bad. Yep, that's bad. Well, Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't even want to cast Pop Patch Formation. They just get 2 Carrot Cakes back. Formation? It's not good. Their 2 Carrot Cakes are better than my 1 Collector's Cage. I legit don't even want to cast the Pop Patch. It's just not good. Opponent is extremely rude. Okay, Arena, please. What are we doing here? What is this? I can't play with this. We need some spells, Arena. Please. Can't work with this. Okay, target acquired. Target acquired. There's still not going to be Warping Whale on Arena. Who cares about Warping Whale? Has that card ever seen play in a Pioneer deck ever? It's an aggressive attack. I'm doing God's work with these Restless Prairies over here. Boats played it for a while. Yeah, that was like the version that also had, that was like the version that also, come on, man. The version that also had Thought-Knot Seer too, right? I think. Yeah. Yeah, they were like heavy on Mutabolts. They played Thought-Knot Seer, Warping Whale, stuff like that. It's been okay so far, Kish. Hit or miss. What's under lockdown? Their 2 carrot cakes and my 1 collector's cage. I don't even want to kill the lockdown. I think it's actively bad for me if I do that. Okay, that's something at least. The demo field's kind of annoying. Although, I guess I have enough mana to go activate Prairie, and then when they field me, I can activate the other Prairie. So that could be something. Two, three, one, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Well, yeah, I could do that. What happens if I do that? So I animate this. They field me. I animate the other one. Attack with everything. They chump there. Take 5, go to 7. It's probably just worse than playing Innocence Virtue, though. So let's just do that. Start loading up on these creatures. They may have a kill spell for Virtue, though. Like, they certainly could be holding a Get Lost. We haven't really given them a good target for it. Do I think there's any good reason to split 2 Paw Patch, 2 Pick Your Poison instead of 4 Paw Patch in general deck building? I don't necessarily... I mean, Pick Your Poison is good. I feel like Pick Your Poison is maybe better in the decks that... Pick Your Poison is maybe better in decks that, like, want more mana efficiency, if that makes sense. Like, maybe the Gruul aggro decks. But in general, I like Paw Patch a lot more as a card just because it is... instant speed is huge. Like, that aspect of it is very important. Dolby. Okay, draw 1 card. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but the 3rd Prairie is actually not bad here. Right, yeah. Pick Your Poison's maybe a little bit better if you're operating on lower mana. But it's not always true because Pick Your Poison, or rather, Paw Patch formation being able to destroy lockdown at instant speed is very important if your deck has tokens. Because, like, a deck like this, for example, I could never play Pick Your Poison because I need to be able to kill the lockdown with the trigger on the stack to make sure I keep my tokens. So this is, like, a perfect example of a deck that would never want Pick Your Poison. All right. I'm off it. I am off it. Yeah, maybe it makes sense in the Simic Terror deck, because, like, that deck wants 1 mana spells, stuff like that. Kind of makes sense. It makes more sense in a deck like that, for sure. Was this deck supposed to play the Green-White Anthem? Nah, I don't think that card's very good. If you wanted some sort of Anthem type effect, like an additional Anthem, which we already do kind of have a lot with, like, Sanguine Evangelist, Restless Prairie, the Dollmaker, like the 6-mana doll thing kind of counts as an Anthem. But I think if you wanted more anthems, you'd rather just play... what was I going to say? There's a card I was thinking of. Like, we only have 2 Evangelists, right? I'd rather just play more Evangelist at that point if I was going to play some sort of... if I was going to play some sort of Anthem. I think I'm just going to hold up Paw Patch this turn. Because Overlord is just too bad if they have lockdown. Yeah. Yeah, I think they have lockdown. Oh, right. For some reason, I thought it was Get Lost and not Soul Partition. Okay, well, I can still do this. Oh. Or I could click on the wrong part of the card because I'm playing too fast. Intentional, by the way. I got a card. I got a card at least. I did get a card. This could have been avoided, all right. Certainly could have been avoided. That's huge. Huge. Also huge. Okay, they said it couldn't be done. It actually was done. I'm going to tap the elf here so they can't, like, kill my elf in response to me caging. And now we just kill him, right? Kill him dead. So if they sunfall, are they dead on board? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Are we one short? No, because the cage, the cage is the extra point, right? Okay. Easy cage. Easy cage. Carrot cake. It does gain them 3 life, but if I interrupt the cake and they just go Plains Lockdown, it's too bad for me. Okay. Is the casting of the card a May? Yeah, okay. So I can still put a counter on something and not cast the card, which is nice. Because I do want to do that. I mean, might as well just do this, right? I can't really think of a reason not to. Not you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Well, it's not lethal, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One short. So if I let this happen, it's not even that bad, right? They get to kill the 4/4, but then they still take 8 and go to 6. Yeah, I just don't care. That's fine. I just don't care. I really just don't care. Yeah, they're still mega dead next turn. And they gave me 2 maps too, which lets me fix my draw for next turn. I guess we'll put counters here. Doesn't matter too much, right? Sure. All right. You figure it out. I guess they could have exactly lockdown plus get lost. That's what they would need, right? Okay, well, if they're only attacking with Beza, that smells like Sunfall. GG. GG. Easy clap. The patience. The patience. I think you played that right. Yeah, like, I think if we had taken any other line, we just immediately lose we just lose on the spot to Sunfall, so. Yeah, I think we played that right. Yeah, I haven't really been that impressed with Kellen. I could see cutting it. What if we tried cutting Kellen's for, like, 3rd Pixie, 3rd Sanguine? And then we do this? Because I think I like Virtue more than Shop. The one Shop is fine as, like, it's because it is, in terms of collector's cage hits, I think Shop is better than Virtue. They're pretty close, but most of the time the 6 mana thing ends the game on the spot. But on turn 2, like, I'd much rather have Virtue, you know? Virtue is a much better 2-mana play. Let's try this. You know what card I could consider, I could see playing in this deck is Wiltleaf Liege. Oh, that was what I was talking about. Somebody asked me about Anthem of Champions early. Somebody asked me about Anthem of Champions earlier, and I think if you wanted some sort of Anthem, you'd rather just have Wiltleaf Liege. Casting that thing on turn 3 is kind of nice off an elf. All right. Rabbit has been set on fire. Okay, I hope they go land, nemesis, attack with both. Attack with both, please. Yes. Yes. Photos taken moments before disaster. Now what? That was the easy part. Probably Toby here, right? Yeah. And then hopefully we can try to cage next turn. Nah, Leyline Axe wouldn't be good in this deck. Leyline Axe is much better if you're just going tall with one thing, but this deck is all about going wide and not tall. Double strike. Okay. Is it actually correct to play cage here? Like, I wonder if it's just better to play Overlord, because the cage kind of wants to just hit an Overlord anyways, right? It does help the sizing on the battlefield, though, which is nice. It's a weird turn. It's like one of the rare spots where I could cage, but I don't know that I want to. Because this is kind of what I'm trying to hit anyways, right? I can just gas this. Now, granted, I would get the 6/6 body as well, which that is huge. Yeah, I guess we should just go for cage. Okay, well. I guess. All right, you know. Look, I mean, I said it was going to happen, right? I did literally say it was going to happen. I did call it. All right, Smite coming in. And Beza. What do we not want against red? Shop is kind of mid. I could see cutting Virtues against them, but I kind of want to shave on... Let's just cut the Evangelist. I think I'd rather shave the 3s against them. Just lower the curve a little bit. Oh, you know what I should do? I should add a command for my blue sky. Chad, I finally made a blue sky account. Are you proud of me? I finally made a blue sky account. Here, I'll add command. Go follow me on the new app. The new and improved app. Bro, where's my white mana? This is not in the script. Can I get a new script? Why am I thinking about keeping this? I'm thinking about it. Don't tempt me with a good time. Look. Don't at me, okay? I request you to not at me. Why did you put marathon in quotation marks? What exactly are you insinuating? Where are you going with that angle, bro? What do you mean? No. Because it's not a marathon? Well, if it's not a marathon, then why is it called a marathon? I don't get it. Now I'm confused. Add me on Facebook. Yeah, add me on Daily Motion. Sheltered by ghosts. They definitely don't have a second shock, right? Masha, you would tell me if you had another burst lightning. You would tell me, right? Hold. Okay. That also makes things awkward, because now I cannot attack. How about a second Sheltered by Ghosts? Never lucky. I don't know that we have time for this Innocence. I'm just going to pass. Why did the order matter? They could have attacked. No, they wanted to block, I think. Oh, I should have played the Virtue before they attacked, because this has to have a target, right? It's unfortunate. Okay, small mistake. Small mistake. Actually, huge mistake, because I could have had a 3-3. I think we trade for this. So 10, then I go to 7. How about another Sheltered? No. All right, now we're cooked. Voice, thank you for the tier 1 sub, that 53 months. Welcome back, Voice. To game 3 we go. I mean, Llanowar Elf is a huge improvement for this deck. Like, not only accelerating you to, like, do faster cage stuff, it's also just huge because it gives you another body for cage. So it's good for multiple reasons, and you know, Elf does make this deck quite a bit better. Elf would also make this hand quite a bit better, but without it, I think we ship. Okay, can work with this. Maybe expecting an Elf to live against red is just impossible, that I should be just keeping the land there. Oh. Dolby. It's kind of annoying to me that the Llanowar Elves makes the mythic sound, even though it's... I mean, it has a mythic symbol, but it's clearly not a mythic, right? Like, we all know it's a common. Like, you ain't fooling anybody, you know? Toby's good. Okay, hear me out. What if we did this? And then chill. We're just being chilling. I want to hold up Smite, though. And then next turn, if we find a land, we can go Overlord and hold up Smite, which is kind of sick. But also, the Overlord's going to turn on the Toby next turn to give everything flying. Like, I'm pretty surprised at how often this comes up. They're just attacking. What happens if I go Paw Patch on Swift Spear, Toby on Challenger? They have double reach and I die. All right, you ready for this one? This is going to be no blocks. But in end of combat, I'm going to kill the Challenger. You like that? The big brain plays. Large brain plays. Yeah, see, I knew this was going to happen. I know. That's why I didn't cast it till end of combat. Two triggers, huh? I guess we go one here, because these are both going to have flying. Now, the question is, can they deal me 16 damage next turn? I sure hope not. Surely they can't deal me 16, right? Nah, there's no way. No chance I take 16 damage here. Not possible. Not possible in the slightest. We're fine. I'm chilling. This song is such a banger, by the way. You ever taken 16? Not today. I ain't taking 16 today. Three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9, they have 9. Do I have any cards that just kill them on the spot here? I don't think I have a card that just straight up kills them, right? Cage is only +1 damage. Sheltered is +1 damage. Yeah. I don't actually have a card that kills them, so maybe I should block here. 2, 4, 5, 6. Like, what if I just trade 3/2 for 3/3, take 6, go to 10? Could be like cage into something, maybe. Like cage into another cage, I guess, would have to be the way out. I think we just trade. Because we still have a 2-turn clock here. We still have 6 damage. Yeah, they can also play a blocker too. Couldn't I save the token? How could I have saved the token? It was a 3/2. They had a 4/4, a 3/3, and a 2/3. So I could not have. I couldn't have saved that token if I wanted to. Oh no! You're saying the 5/5. Now you have to put a counter on another creature. You can't put the counter on the same creature with this with the pop patch. It has to be another creature. I mean, honestly, I think I just do this. And then smite their Heartfire hero. Or I let the trade happen and try to smite the challenger and hope they don't have a spell. Let's do that. I mean, I guess it's pretty unlikely they don't have a spell, though, is the problem. This is a much riskier line for sure. Okay. This is fine-ish. Take 3, go to 6. All right, deck, give me a good spell. That kind of qualifies. I mean, it's a good card. It's not lethal, but it's a good card. I think we chump with Toby this turn. Yeah. Because Toby chump here means we only take 1. But it means we're dead to rage. We're not dead to that, though, right? So we can just do this. Go to 3. They can ping us to 2, or they ping a flyer and they're still dead. Oh, crazy game. Crazy game. That was a close one. That was a really close one. Dito Bonsai. What do you think Dito Bonsai is up to today? I feel like Dito Bonsai is... It sounds like a red gamer to me. I'm going to go with mono red. Yeah, I can see through you, Dito. You can't fool me. I've been around the block too many times. It is like the quintessential mono red name, right? You beat Zer, Mr. Streamer? I don't believe you. It's never been done. You're lying to me? Yeah, what if I just traded? Yeah, don't you just trade every time here? I think. Kind of surprised they attack. Can't find the Gruul Goggles deck on your Mox field. It should be there. I think it should be labeled as Temur. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can find the direct link to it, because I know for a fact I did put the Goggles decks on there. We do Control F Goggles. Oh, did I not put them on there? I thought we did. I could have maybe we just didn't put them on there. Okay, I'll do that after this game. Then I'll upload that to the Moxfield. I thought we did put them on there. I guess not. That's my bad. But I will. I'll upload them after this game. But now you got to stick around for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what you would expect. The red cards that the red cards that say draw cards. Specifically, the 3-mana one seize the spoils, and what was the 2-mana one we played? Grab the prize. So seize the spoils, grab the prize for the draw spells. The kill condition was green for World Souls Rage. That was the green. And then it was like Goggles. I think I had one of each of the big Chandras, 1 6-mana Chandra, 1 7-mana Chandra, 4 Torch, 2 Ironcrag, I think. And then a couple Sweepers main deck too. We spent a little bit of time on that. There was like one stream we played a couple leagues, couple matches with it. It was okay. I didn't hate it. I wasn't in love with it, but it was okay. Oh shit, do they have Frenzy? I could have not attacked, I guess. Was I not supposed to attack there? Maybe. I did kind of forget about Frenzy. It's okay, we get to go Virtue here, which is nice. And then hopefully next turn we draw land so we can go double Innocence. Double Innocence with Virtue is kind of sick. That's rude. Yo, that's rude. Dito does not like the elves. Okay, let's go here. Land next turn would be nice. Do both of these. All right, what's your last card, Dito? What is your last card, Dito? Talk to me. Go Double Strike? I accept. I think their last card is not good. Yeah. Could be worse for me. Enduring Innocence. Do we not attack? Yeah, I don't know that I want to trade the Innocence. Because I could just block the Hardclaw this turn. Bing chillin'. Bing chillin'. Yeah, but I don't know if that's worth it. I feel like I'd rather have the extra power than the extra card. Like, I already have enough stuff going on, especially with second Virtue. Like, I don't need more cards. I just need more life, you know? Well, remember all that thing I said about more life. So, we cannot... Chat, write this down. We cannot block the Nemesis this turn. Do not, under any circumstance, block the Nemesis this turn. Whatever you do, do not block Nemesis. I repeat, do not block Nemesis. God, this is really awkward, isn't it? Cut it, block Nemesis. You guys really want me to lose, huh? I mean, this is our only reasonable block, right? I guess it's free to do this. Yeah. So we get 7 here. Yeah, I mean, we're still in a really good spot, right? So let's go Toby first to try and find a land for the cage. Did not find a land. I'm just gonna do this. I don't need to get value off Paw Patch Recruit here. Like, we have enough cards. Yeah, okay. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's not one single card in their deck that can get them out of that. Alright, Dido, Bonsai, Red Gamer confirmed. Yeah, the lifelink on Innocence is huge there. Okay, so Smite and Beza. What did we cut against them before? I think we cut Shop and Sanguini. So if there's a card that says, like, when this creature takes damage, do X, that trigger does not happen until after damage. At which point they've already taken lethal. This hand's a little painful, which I don't love, but... Oh yeah, we had lethal for sure. We 100% had lethal. Huh. Well, now what the fuck do I do? What to do? What to do? Pioneer Masters on December 10th. Which we'll probably play some Pioneer. You got a lot of options this turn. A lot of options this turn. Could go untap land, cage elf. Could go elf, tap land. Could go cage, tap land, but I think that's the worst of the plays. I feel like it's untap land, cage elf. That's what I'm thinking. Moon, thank you very much for the prime. Appreciate the resub. Yeah, I think for me it's untap land, cage elf. I think that gives us the best options next turn. I mean, that's a pretty good one to put under a cage. If we can get there, of course. Which I think currently in order to get there, we need an untap land. Okay. I'll take it all. Yeah, that doesn't do it. Because if I Innocence, then I have 2/1/1, and then I put a counter on Innocence, I have 3/1/1, or I put a counter on Elf and I have 2/2/1. So we cannot Beza. I mean, I guess doing it this way is fine. We just go Innocence, tap land. Yeah, block with Innocence, put a counter on it, and then next turn we have the mana for Overlord plus activate. I mean, we're dead to we're dead to 90% of spells and magic here, but they could just not have 90% of spells and magic. That is a possibility. Funny enough, I'm not dead to that. What are we trading for? I guess just big challenger. Oh no, I'm at 0. What happened? Oh, shit, was I supposed to chump block with the elf there? Because now I don't get... I guess I was never going to get tokens off of Beza, huh? Yeah, I guess tokens were never part of the equation. Okay, I have to do this. And then I think we should do this main phase so they can't kill our spirit in response. All right. Your turn. We can maybe trade for the Nemesis now. This is winnable. This is winnable. Did they hit Rage? No, they didn't hit Rage. They hit Village last turn. Sun, Spine, Lynx, which they cannot play this turn. So I've now realized a problem with this plan. Lynx makes this a lot more difficult. Now, I know they can't cast this one yet. Well, no, they haven't played a land yet, right? Have they played a land? Chat, confirm or deny, did they play a land this turn? Actually, I think they did, right? Yeah, they did. Okay, never mind. So they can't cat us. Should we take? I think we take. Okay. So let's go... They're not just dead, are they? Land, prairie, 2 blockers, block here, block here. 4, 7, 7 plus 6 is 13. So not quite dead. So let's go here. Well, I mean, they're probably dead next turn, right? If we're just 6. Hold. I think we might be able to beat a Rage this turn. Because we can put Innocence on Nemesis and go +2. Oh, okay. Oh, they only have 4 mana. Hold. Hold. At least it's face up, so we know about it. This is going to be a tricky combat phase, though. I think we just have to assume they have nothing else too, right? Because we can't really beat any other spell. Chuck Norris once blocked Nemesis with Archfiend, and his opponent took the 6. Yeah, but I mean, that's Chuck Norris, right? I think Jean-Claude Van Damme did the same thing. You think I still lose? Not currently on board, right? Was I supposed to leave the elf back to chump block the Nemesis? Oh, sorry, Cuck Norris, my bad. They can burst the Nemesis? Why does that matter? Don't I just not block the Nemesis? Oh, but if I don't block the Nemesis... Yeah, I see what you're saying. So if I do this, I go up to 5... But this keeps me alive, right? I gain 2 up to 5. I take 2 from the trigger down to 3, then they can burst me to 1, right? I guess I should be... Hold on. I should be doing this, right? Okay, let me switch this around. You go here. You go here. You go here, right? You go here, you go here, you go here. Sure. All right, same thing. Burst Nemesis pre-damage. Oh, right, okay. Sure. I mean, I couldn't do anything about that, right? Nothing I can do about that. I get the Innocence back. Game 3. Dito is not making it easy on me, huh? The sand rocks. I think we do this. The sand doesn't necessarily need a 3rd land quite yet. Yeah, Chuck Norris is the only person that can take damage from, or that can block a Screaming Nemesis without taking damage. That's the joke. Multurmoil Llanowar Elves Edge. Yeah, I mulliganed a hand that had Llanowar Elves and 6 lands. Manifold. Manifold. All right, so what do we do here? We have options. I feel like smiting is the worst option, because if I just go... Yeah, we definitely just go Virtue, take 4, because I want to be able to double spell next turn if I find land 3. Land me? Well, I can double spell. This is tricky. It's really risky if I go Paw Patch, hold up Smite, though, because then they just go combat, counter here, then they can rage me. Yeah, we just have to do this. I don't love this play, but I think we have to do it. Obviously, because now they can just go land shock, but... Yeah, well, the risk is them just having a shock, right? That's fine. Is ward cumulative? Yes. So if you play a second Sheltered by Ghosts, it gives it technically 2 instances of ward 2, but effectively ward 4, yeah. Hired Claw. Well, I drew a land. I have drawn a land. I mean, we have to do this now, right? Because they can't even shock us next turn. The weird thing about this is if I kill the challenger, they just double block. Take Manifold? Yeah, but then they get to keep challenger plus village. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, I guess that's fine, right? Because that is tying up 2 mana per turn. Maybe that's okay. Ding, 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 ding. You don't have a barrage for me, do you, Dito? Nah, they definitely don't have barrage. They're not barrage gamers. Emberheart Challenger. Why do they have a colorless floating? I'm confused. So their last card's Rage? Nope. Their last card is definitely not Rage. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering, maybe it's just worth putting a counter on this, because then they can't shock it. I think it might be worth it. I mean, I'll take that. Could still be Rage. I guess this could be a defensive Rage. But I mean, it works out for me, right? Because if they go block, I pass priority. Oh, yeah. This does give them the opportunity to go untap land shock now, because I didn't put a counter that turn. I mean, I have to make that play, right? I guess I could not attack, but then if I don't attack, I don't gain the life. Guess I didn't gain the life either way. So I guess regardless, I'm not gaining the life that turn. That's fine. I can beat that. Right? It is a bit awkward that we can't attack into the Nemesis, really. but now we get to make an Overlord, which is good. Just gonna do this now so they can't, like, kill one of these in response. Oh, well, they do have a mana up. They could have killed in response, I guess. No attacks. So now this game gets a bit weird, because we can't really attack into the Nemesis until we have lethal, right? I could send the flyers. Yo. You better not draw that card next turn. Thankfully, they can't cast it this turn, but I'm a little scared of that cat. That cat's a little concerning. Okay, no attacks. They're at 13. Yeah, I think we just do this. And then go Elf, hold up Virtue. And I think we should have lethal next turn regardless. Because again, they take lethal before the Nemesis triggers. So we should be able to kill them. I was like, they can finally shock our 5-3, but they can't because it's a 5-3. What? What? Do they know? Are they aware? Okay, they are now aware. They now have the critical information. That resolves. I'll let you have that one, Dito. You can have... That one's on the house. Diamond match. I repeat, diamond match. I think I will not be keeping this in the diamond match. This one, however, I will keep. They said hello. I will say oops. Not addicted, by the way. What, to gambling? I mean, speak for yourself. He said that if he doesn't make it to Mythic today, he's gluing a Thorwig to his scalp. No, I said that if I don't make it to Mythic today, chat owes me 100 gifted subs. That is the exact words that were said. So it's in your best interest if I make Mythic. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Mistmoors back. Tell Nemesis. But nature. I wanted an untap land there. Just gonna main phase this because they know about it. They play counter spells. We're racing? I'm in. Arena direct prizes? Yeah. I didn't, unfortunately, I didn't get any MH3 boxes, but I did get 2 boxes of OTJ when that came out. Alright, untap land me. Untap land me? I mean, that's pretty good. It's not quite an untap land, but it is pretty good. Maybe the 2-2 attacks were bad. Because I did just trade a 2-2 for a 1-1. Yeah, I could have held back the 2-2s there. Maybe that was good. Now they go Beastbinder here. Yeah, it's not bad. Chat, how do we feel about this card? Azure Beastbinder. I put out like a post on Twitter a couple weeks ago asking about this card. I feel like every time I've seen it, I've never been super impressed with it. But when my opponent, it's like one of those cards that when I play it, it's awful, but when my opponents have it, it's looked pretty good. So it's like, it's a hard card to evaluate. Sheltered, huh? Pretty bad if they have Cut Down as one of their last cards. Can't really afford to play around it though, right? Question is, would it be target? I feel like the target is the flyer. Yeah, that's like, it's the best if they don't have Cut Down. It's worse if they do, though. Okay, that's good. No, I think we target the other 2-1, because they clearly don't have... They definitely don't have Cut Down, right? They could have a counter spell. If I like... Yeah, no, I'm just going to target this. Counter is fine. Yeah, counter is okay. Because they would still... Yeah, this is fine. I think we just do this, right? They can go eat the Sanguine, chump block here, take 4, 8, 11. Oh, this is lethal, right? This is lethal if they have nothing. Worse if they have like a flying blocker to trade for one of these. That's worst case scenario, right? Lifelink? Yeah, no, I have 11. If they have nothing, I have 11. All right. I guess they had nothing. I mean, they had priority though. What do you think they had there? Like, what would they have had priority there that they would not have cast in response to Sheltered and would not have cast before blocks? Like, what's a card they could have had that like did nothing, right? Maybe it's just full control Andy. Could be. We could have a full control Andy on our hands. That could be the case. No, I don't. No. You don't come out in this matchup. It is hard to mulligan lands and spells against Dimir. It's like, obviously one too many lands, but the prayer kind of makes up for it. So it's not that bad. They definitely don't have Cut Down here, right? That's fine. That I am okay with. Yep, Gix. Huh. That makes this more difficult, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. I guess that's the safe line, right? I was thinking about, like, Innocence plus Chump Block, but I think this line is horrendous if they have Anoint, right? Kind of just even any kill spell, but if they cut down this, it's not that bad. We get it back, then we can, like, deploy this next turn, then this gets a Chump Block, and... But this line's probably fine. Okay. Well, if they had 2 kill spells... Okay. Well, I mean, if I knew they were going to do that, I would have... Yeah, I like the Pop Patch play. Pop Patch play was good, huh? And now they wasted their Anoint, too. So now they can't Anoint the Enduring Innocence. Nice. Nice. I'd say that worked out pretty well. I would say that went above average. Enduring Curiosity. Man. This? I could choose to not chump block the Curiosity, but I mean, I'm so far ahead this game, I just don't want to give them any cards. Yeah, that's right. Get this back, then this. Okay, so now here, and probably Toby. This deck just draws. Like, Enduring Innocence is such a messed up card. That's fine. Why is Enduring Innocence so completely absurd? Like, how do they ever beat that card? And now, to be fair, they did have the Anointment Affliction. You know, they had the out, but they maybe they used their Anointment Affliction in not the best possible way. Yeah, I feel like every single standard deck just has their own personal built-in Howling Mine, right? Like the white decks have Innocence, the blue decks have Curiosity, the red decks have Challenger plus the land. Like every single deck can just draw a million cards. Yo, chill. Pew, I am going to need you to cease. I'm gonna need you to chill the F out just for a little bit. Does even the dictate now? There's a joke there, but I'm not gonna make it. They don't want the elf, huh? Novice. Novice. Novice Navidad. We are cooked, by the way. I don't know if you know that. We are absolutely cooked. Nice. Oops. The only appropriate response to nice. Mr. Streamer, where did I leave my non-foil copies of Heartfire Hero? You left them in... I was trying to think of something there, but I got nothing. This is even a good attack, right? Don't I just do this? They only get to kill one of them? Okay. They want to kill the Doom Beast. Chat, there is a distinct lack of Doom Beasts in the chat when I cast Toby, and I'm going to need that to change post-haste. I want to see that emote every single time I cast Toby, okay? Every single time. And the people who do not type the emote in the chat, you're getting permed. Every last one of you. You didn't know that was an emote? Yeah, it's goated. Because I had an obsession with Toby. They're taking flying classes, okay? Don't make fun of them. They're secret agent birds. Steel Seraph Go, huh? Steel Seraph Go. Okay, hit him with one of these. Hit him with one of these. One of these. We are close to lethal next turn. Well, not really, because they're going to gain 8 this turn. God, Leyline X is so broken. Yeah, all right. That's a -8 for me. That is a -8 for me. How do we deal them 27 now? Does not seem very possible, does it? Yo! They said it couldn't be done. Don't tap like that. This is why I can't with the auto tapper, dude. I absolutely cannot with the auto tapper. All right, fuck you. You're in timeout, Pew Pew. Overlord, Sanguine, Pixie. What's Pixie do? Not that much, right? Simply assemble lethal. I'm doing my best, all right? I'm doing my best. I know. I feel like if you mute your opponent, it should, like, mute them when they hover over your cards. It should just, like, prevent them from hovering, you know what I mean? That's what it should do. All right, let me cook a little bit. Let me do some chefing. Let me do some chefing. Did it mute the hovers? No, I think they just stopped hovering. Looks like they went to, like, go take a shit or something. They have left the building. Because after I muted them, it still hovered for a little bit. So I don't think it mutes the hovers. Yeah, no, it doesn't mute the hovers. What is this? I'm going to unmute them just so they can nice me. Because you know they're going to nice me, right? All right. I think even with them gaining 8 life this turn, I'm pretty sure I still have lethal next turn. Yeah, okay. They're off it. Okay, so blue, white, Glyph. Also known as the best deck in the format, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but best deck in the format confirmed. See, I'm now realizing a problem here. We have 2 Paw Patch Formation and 2 Get Lost. There is a specific card type that neither of those cards hit. Now, granted, they're still good in this matchup, but not being able to kill Axe is kind of brutal. Oh. Wait, what? Did they just concede? What? Okay. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take the free win. Although, to be fair, there's really no other artifacts that people play besides Axe, right? It's kind of the only one. It's all my fault. You did this, streamer. You started all of this. How could you? What is this? Damnation Sleeves with Hedge Maze. My immersion, it's all gone. The second best Axe deck in Standard. All right, hear me out. Streamer says, hear me out, and it's just the worst play you've ever seen in your entire life. Kind of regret my decision now. Nah, it's fine. Sanguini. Sanguini, linguini. I gotta work on my Italian accent. Is it easier to stream Arena? In terms of, like, what? When you say easier, in what fashion? Like, easier on my computer, easier to talk to viewers, easier to, you know, like, what's the mental energy use? Oh yeah, for sure. Most of the time I'm just fucking around, you know? I'm just here to have a good time, you know? If there's anything I could do in my life, okay? If there's anything at all that I can do in my life, the only thing I just want this stream to have good vibes, you know? Like, I don't want it to be this, like, hardcore, sweaty, fucking, you know what I mean? I just want to have good vibes. I just want there to be good vibes. That's all I want. And a lot of people in chat do make it possible for the good vibes to happen, you know? And I appreciate that. I like you. I love you guys. Just don't quote that. when you attack with Battle Cry. Careful for loud sounds. Yeah, you definitely meant careful for loud sounds, huh? Way too dank. Could we get a way too dank spam? Bro, what is with these overlords, man? Is this a Jim Davis stream? I mean, Jim's stream has good vibes. I enjoy Jim's streams. It's hard to tell because, like, I don't go back and watch my own streams, you know? I mean, I do sometimes when I'm editing videos, but I don't, like, I'm not in the chat hanging out with the streamer in the same way that I am when I'm in other people's streams. You know, so it's like, am I doing the right thing? Am I making sure the vibes are high? I don't know. I probably could be doing a little bit better, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Like I said, I just want good vibes. That's all. I just want good vibes. Lion. Killing Paw Patch, huh? Needs more wig. No, the wig is with the sub goal. How about that? I'll make a promise right now. If we hit the sub goal, I'll do like back-to-back entire streams with the wig on, okay? That'll be the sub goal. We'll do back-to-back full 6 to 8 hour streams all with the wig on. All right, sheltered out. Get out of here. Paw Patch in. And you are in. What else did we cut against them? I think I cut this, the Virtues. Well, Virtue's pretty good against their sweepers. Something like this, maybe. Let's try that. I try to use it if and when it's appropriate, you know? I feel like if I'm just spamming the sad board the whole time, some people aren't into that as much, but I think that there are appropriate times to use it sparingly, you know? But you got to be careful with it. You don't want to just like spam it the whole time. You know what I mean? What's the sub goal number? It is currently, I think I set it to 550. We had a huge drop off this weekend. Yeah, I think it's at 550 right now. All right, cage me. Cage me. It's between Avon and Toby. I feel like by the time I have the cage online, I think I'd rather have the Avon. So let's just do that. It's going to be a while before cage is online, though. We just got to find some Oilers. Any Oilers? Any primers? Gauge. Okay. Your turn. Could have main phase killed the Beanstalk there, but honestly, I think if they go for Overlord, I kind of want to just play Interrupter. Yeah, I think I'm going to Interrupter that. So the other issue I have is I think there's a reasonably high likelihood they have Elspeth Smite in hand. So let's do this. Yeah, they have Smite for sure. Brother. You know that I could just do this, right? Reading the card explains the card. I'm gonna do this in case they have beans. This line is bad if they go land Day of Judgment, but it's like the only way I get punished. Yeah, I don't care about that. Now, I think we have a 2-turn clock, right? Okay, that's bad. Yeah, that is bad. But we can get lost the binding, which is, yeah, okay, this is not that bad. We can get lost the binding. So let's just do this now. Take 4, go to 12. Yeah, and then whenever they play, we just go get lost, binding, interrupt it. And then I think it's lethal, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's 12. Well, what if they do nothing? I feel like we still are supposed to chill, right? Yeah, I think we just hold. So we go Pixie, no target. And this gives us the ability to hold up Cage. And I think I just do this to play around the second smite. All right, I'll take a look at that after Quagon. They Atraxing. Oh, we don't really care if they cast Atraxa, though. Right, if they cast Atraxa, they're dead. So let the trigger resolve. Do this. Not there, and that should be lethal. Right? We did it. We did it. The patience. See, you just gotta be patient against these decks sometimes. I don't think I like this hand. It's close. They kept 7. This hand's very slow is the problem. Yeah, I think we need to be able to... I think we just need a faster hand against them on the draw. Yeah, this is much better. Much, much better. Lush Portico. Fountain Port. Guess we do this, because we can't play Innocence this turn. It is, I will say it's a little bit awkward when you draw, like, Brushland plus Hushwood Verge. Like, that lineup is a little awkward sometimes. It's much better, obviously, when you have, like, Brushland plus Razor Verge or something. Some combination of that. Again, it's still pretty awkward that this mana base is, like, kind of a sketch. Let's do it this way, I guess. Yeah, that card is Bartolome. I was trying to cook up like a Mardu sacrifice deck with Bartolome, the Bartolome, Vengeful Blood Witch, and Forsaken Miner. Problem is the mana's kind of sketchy in that deck. They're killing my elf. I don't like that. Toby would go hard here. That is most certainly not a Toby. Oh boy, I don't feel good about this, but I don't want them to kill my Innocence in response. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They only have 5 cards in hand. It's not like they have Zur or something this turn. It's not like they have Zur this turn. I don't know about you guys, but every single time they play Zur with 2 mana up, I just insta-scoop every time. Like, there's just no reason to play it out. Zur is just like 3 mana, you win the game. Yeah, what's the conversion rate on Hearthstone, by the way? I feel like I've had people come in and tell me this before, but I always forget. Is it 4 for 1? Because even if you gave me 10 to 1 on Arena, I would still do that. 20 to 1. Like, there's no number. I would take any amount, you know what I mean? I just have 500 useless garbage rares on my account that I'm never going to be able to use. And half of that is, like, just duplicates, you know? Like, why do I have 12 Inspiring Advantages? I don't need that, you know? One 5? Yeah. Yeah, just give me 10. Give me 20, you know? Would you... Okay, question. Would you, as a Magic the Gathering arena player, would you trade 20 useless rares that you're never, ever going to be able to get use out of for the rest of time for one standard playable rare? Anybody who says no is just lying. Like, of course you would. But, like, I guess the question is, what's the number, right? Where do you stop? I heard this stream is lacking Keg Flute. Apparently it is. I told Jose, well, is this even... I don't even know what the... What's the battlefield? What's the flute battlefield? Is this it? If we're on the flute battlefield, I told Jose 5 gifted for it. Is this the battlefield? No? Okay. Well, look, I'm not going to stop you from gifting 5 subs, but, you know. I saw Siege Rhino. Chat, I made a Blue Sky. Go follow me on Blue Sky, okay? The better app. B-Sky. Streamer has made the Blue Sky. Sky is, in fact, blue. I would like to enter the combat phase. May I do that? Question is, yeah, we just have to play the 5 mana half, right? There's a reason I sequenced this the way that I did, by the way. Okay, do you kill by... what do you kill here? Everything is really tough, right? Because the talent gets back Torch. 1, 2. I guess the talent getting back Torch means they can't cast it. Like, if I kill Vitality, they can't talent back Torch and cast it. But they can cast it the next turn, right? But by then my thing will be an X4. Wait, I actually think it might be a Vitality. Yeah. It is Vitality. Right, because the token gets to become an X4 by the time they can cast the Torch. Yeah, this is right. Turns out it was right. Anyways. So what did we do last time? We did Ghost Vacuum. Get Lost Interrupter. Not you. We did this, I think, right? Yep. This hand's not bad. Can work with this. Ching, ching, ching. Ronmer has cast Anal. I repeat, Anal has been cast. Bro, they got the Anal and the Bush. What am I supposed to do about that? I can beat the Anal, but not if you put the Bush in there, too. Vitality. Vitality. I really don't want to do this. Yeah, I'm not going to. It's actually kind of a huge pickup. Because next turn I can maybe double Sheltered. Yeah. It's just like, if I get Lost the Vitality, I'm probably just going to end up having to Shelter it anyways. There's just no reason to cast the Get Lost there. Beans. Bro's got the beans. Ron Moore has located the beans. Easiest fix to me is instead of reward random cards, just make them wild cards. Make it so you can combine lower tier wild cards to make higher ones. Yeah, so like for example, if you had like the season rewards, right? If the season rewards gave out wild cards instead of anything else, that would be sick, right? But they would probably lose a lot of money at that point, so I don't know if they're willing to do that. Scorching Dragonfire Toby. Not Toby. Fine. I think I'm doing this. Hey, what's up, Colony? Colony song request. Colony wants to listen to Scarlet Dream by Psy. All right, in the queue. Can't say I've heard of the band Psy before, but we'll see how it is. Yeah, but we've talked about that. They're just not going to give us dusting. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to pass. Why didn't I attack? I don't know why I didn't attack. That's a really good question. You can't read that? Well, I mean, if I hover over it, you can, right? True, but yeah, no, you can't see this part, so it kind of defeats the purpose of the joke. I was trying to make a funny, all right? Oh, shit. They're going to flip this? How do I beat Reggie? I can interrupt Reggie, I guess. Should I? I think I should. And then next turn, we go Innocence on Interrupter. Send both. No Reggie for you, Romnor. Not today. And by not today, I mean not this turn. You're probably going to cast it next turn, though. Oh yeah, true. Untapped. You can see it on untapped. Yeah. Tapping for mana. Bro's got the bush. Okay. My bush has been whacked. +4 life. It's a clean 4 life. Mm-hmm. Okay. Honestly, I think it's this. Because they already have a vitality. I would like to deploy this Innocence at some point, but I think this turn I'd rather interrupt the invasion again. It's a weird spot, for sure. Definitely a weird and tricky spot. Interrupter. Alright, now give me a cage. Cage would be nice. I would certainly take a cage. Cage, cage, cage. Ding, 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 ding. What is this? Don't target my interrupter. Get out of here. Oh, they tried to cast the invasion? No, 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 no. Plotted cards may be cast as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. Is that anal number 2? That's a lot of anal. Well, it costs 4, but they can't cast it this turn. But it does cost 4. Yeah, they can't be this turn, though. Anal for trainer. Anal trainer. Disdainful stroke, huh? Yeah, I can play around that. You can finally resolve the invasion. After all this time, Ron. After all this time, I'll allow it. Vista spotted. Vista jump scare. I'm not going to look at that because I already know what it is. Like without even reading, I already know what it is. Without even watching the clip. I'm already aware. That's nice. It's less nice. We're at 7. I mean, this like interrupter beatdown play just kind of worked out. It's kind of weird. This game has been very strange. They did flood out a lot. All right, fine. I'll allow it. You can have Reggie. You can have Reggie. I'll allow it. Sure. I just don't care if they have Reg, right? Like I'm attacking them in the air. I don't care about the 4/3. Oh, I forgot they had to pay 4 for Reggie. Right, because it gets exiled. That's nice. That's -4 mana. Was it worth it? Shoulder. Romnor, was it worth it? Alright, well, I really hope these interrupters are good enough. Because I ain't got much else. Okay, they're tapping mana. Chat, where are they tapping mana? I'm scared. Paw Patch formation. I'm going to make a 4/4. Because by making a 4/4, they can't draw a Torch now. All right, your turn. They read by Paw Patch. Oh, right. True. Perhaps I should have put counters here then? Maybe. I kind of forgot they could read by the Paw Patch. I was thinking they would need Torch, but yeah, you're right. They just read by the Paw Patch. And then they can kill the Interrupter. Tricky spot. Tricky spot. Got a lot of good draws. We got a lot of good draws. What? So they drew a Paw Patch then? They had to have drawn a Paw Patch, right? Okay. I'm confused. This has to be a Paw Patch. Or a Bounce Spell, maybe? Oh, it could be Town. Yeah, it's probably Town, actually. It's a pretty good pickup. That is a pretty good pickup. So make them use the Town now. No, it's Paw Patch. Okay. Oh, wait, it's not good. They have Disdainful Stroke. What am I saying? Right. Never mind. It's not good. Right. They do have the Stroke. I mean... 6, 7, 8. I guess it's probably still worth casting if I draw another one. Like, I can't get the Disdainful Stroke out of their hand. Unless I draw Virtue, maybe could get the Stroke out of their hand, because they would counter Virtue. Yeah, I guess we can hold on to it for a turn. And I guess even if I draw second Overlord, I have 8 mana to just go double 4 mana Overlord. Which, I mean, all I really care about is the flyers, right? That's bad. That's bad. Yeah, we're just dead now. All right, game 3. Game tree. This hand's nice. Do I think Dollmaker is somewhat playable now that Lockdown isn't as common? I mean, we have 1 in this deck mostly as just like a big hit off of Cage. I don't think the card is great if you're just like playing it face up. Just because like there's so much cheap removal floating around that if they just kill your early creatures, then it's hard for you to attack sometimes early. But like in this exact instance, I think it does make a lot of sense. But under normal circumstances, I'm not like a huge fan of it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I guess we just do this. One card that I've been very, very impressed with is Paw Patch. Paw Patch has been cooking. Especially like turn 2 kicked Paw Patch. If they ever cast a removal spell, you just get 2 counters. It's kind of huge. Yeah, like here, for example, I'm just going to go this, get my value, because we know they have Torch. And then when they torch the Innocents, I just get 3 counters. It's like, it's kind of nice. Oh, well, that was assuming they even had red mana. Well, no, I guess they do now, right? So I guess we can bait the torch with the Collector's Cage activation. What? What is this? I want a refund? This is not supposed to happen. Where's my big cards? Where are my big cards? Where are my big cards? All right, we pass here. We are kind of getting soloed by a 3/3. I need them to cast this torch this turn, though. Let's trying blue-weighted Shamans with the idea of Glimmer curving into White Overlords, Dollmaker sort of top end. Yeah, that could be okay. I do like that blue-weighted Shamans deck. I haven't really like spent too much time on it myself, but every time I play against that deck, they just crush me. Like the curve out of, like turn 1, the 1/1, I forget the name of whatever the 1/1 is, and then like turn 2, the 2/3 that makes them cost less, like they can just kind of pop off. Thunder Trap Trainer. Yeah, Optimistic Scavenger, that's what it is. That's not good. That is not good. Okay, target this. They definitely respond to this, I think. Okay, so counter here, 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 because they're just going to torch the Innocents too. What are they thinking about now? Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm confused. So they're torching this one, but now I could just put the counters on this one, right? Yeah, okay. I was like, pretty sure I could just make the other one then immune the torch. Oh, right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I gotcha. It's true. Back-to-back wig streams confirmed. At this rate, I'm lucky because we won't have to do that at this rate. Flood Farm Verge. Okay, opponent's playing the base deck. Did you buy cards from CoolStuffInc.com? Was that what you're sending me? You bought tokens and planes, and 1 Archangel Elspeth. You know those are the wrong tokens for Elspeth, right? True, Elspeth does not make everywheres. Imagine if there was a planeswalker that just made lands. That'd be kind of busted. Ooh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. I think we still stay the course here. Isn't it just a 1/1 lifelink? Like, you could just use any random 1/1 lifelink, I would assume. Sheltered by ghosts. So, land me? Land me, please. Preferably untap land. Untap land. Untap land. Thank you. Massive blowout here. This is just disgusting. Look at this. Is that a good turn? Is that a good turn? If so, why? And now if they have second shelter, they can't even do it. Bunny corn. Bunny corn. It's just a little guy. I think we cage here instead of playing the Overlord. Token count? 2. I think we still take Toby. And then... let's just put Toby into play, I guess. No attacks. Let's do a little chilling for a little bit. All right, Mikey wants to hear some counterparts in the queue. Yeah, the Overlord gives us flying next turn, although I might just want to cage again next turn. We'll see what they do. Sorry, Miss Jackson, for real. I would never apologize to Miss Jackson. Don't forget Battlecry sound animation. What even is that? Steel Seraph. What's Bro gonna do with Seraph? Probably fly the bunny. What do you mean? Bunnies can't fly. Oh, it's Gab. Oh, right. Yeah, the sound that you sent me, that was way too loud. Dude, I blew my eardrums out when I heard that. Like, I actually can't hear right now. What are they at? 18? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, they have a flyer, though. This is still fine, right? They can double block this with Seraph plus Siren. Question is, do I care? I don't know that I do care. I think I'm okay with that. Like, they get back a Warden, which they only have 5 permanents in play. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, they get back a Warden, which, like, it's not even clear the Warden matters that much here, right? Yeah, we're just chilling. Old Doomwood full send. You've changed, streamer. You've changed. No, even the old Doom's not that stupid, right? Come on. He's evolving, all right? I'm evolving as a streamer and a content creator. He's getting better. They said it couldn't be done. Virtue. All right, cage me. Give me a cage, please. What does the cage say? Wait, how are they at 18? I thought they gave that thing flying last turn. Sound the horns. Oh, I thought for some reason, I thought they did flying and not lifelink. We never, ever send Toby here. We can't, look, we can't risk Toby in battle. If Toby dies, I don't want that on my, I don't want that blood on my hands, all right? I couldn't live with that if that was the case. You've triggered my trap card. All right, give me one more Overlord, please. All right, I pass. All right, your turn. I don't really know what your out is, but you let me know. Have I heard this yet? Yeah, I had this song on repeat when the album came out. This song is great. And by -1, I meant +1. Delamerk, thank you for the tier 1 sub, that 46-month resub. Thank you very, very much for the support, Delamerk. I appreciate that. Uh-oh. Yo, chill. Lane, I'm gonna need you to chill the fuck out for a minute. Please and thank you. I need you to cease. Lane is going off right now. They're gonna have a 3/3 double strike next turn. I can't beat that. What am I supposed to do about that? I mean, I guess I'll cast this Collector's Cage, huh? I gotta tell you, these cages have not been very kind to me this game. Not the best cage I've ever seen. Yo. Okay, that kind of helps. Sort of. Do we bounce the cage here? I think we bounce the cage. Yeah. And I also think I target the Glyph here to not give them a trigger. Because they have 2 axes anyways. I just don't want them getting a trigger off of the Glyph if I target the axe. Yo, stop! Chill out over there. I mean, that's pretty good. They said it couldn't be done. They lied. Now, Lane, you would tell me if you had a 3rd Glyph, right? You would definitely tell me if you had a 3rd Glyph. So, okay. Surely. There's no possible way they have a 3rd Glyph here. It's just not physically possible. All right, I'm at 1. 1 is not 0. Okay, 4, 4. Yeah, this works out perfectly, right? Oh my god, dude. What is happening right now? What is this game? What is this game? Okay. So they can get back one of their glyphs. Okay. But we can just chump with Toby. Yeah, I think we chump with Toby here. Yeah, Toby chumps. There's still a lot of 2-turn clock, too. And now we can just do this. Get in for 1 more damage. No, not you. I guess that was a free attack, right? Makes them chump block. Yeah, that attack was free. I should have attacked with Toby. But now, even if they kill the Pixie, we still have lethal. Okay. That makes this a lot trickier. But now if they attack with this, we can trade with Toby to get it back. Dude, this game is so complicated. What am I doing here? What are we doing? Children's card game, by the way. This is the weirdest game of Magic that I've ever played in my life. They're at 4, but they're going to 10, huh? Kill both X's. Problem with killing both axes is I lose my 2 flyers, but I do get back... Wait, okay, now I'm confused. One of these is mine, right? Yeah, one of these is mine, and it's on... Wait, what did they shelter? Now I'm confused. The exiled card is yours. Right, but what did they shelter? I forgot. They sheltered a shelter? Okay, so if I block, their shelter goes away, I get back a shelter. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not confusing at all, right? Kill the sheltered axe only? Well, I can't do that, right? Because Toby can't block by itself. Toby has to homie block. I guess I could just block with the 2/2/1s and not block with Toby? Is that what you're thinking? Only block Loran? But then I don't have enough for lethal, right? I'm 1 short. Bro, we gotta stop meeting like this. What is this game? Jesus Christ. This is the weirdest game of Magic that I've ever played in my life. So now their sheltered has a sheltered under it. Yeah, true. Yeah, when you put it like that, this does look a lot worse for me now. But I guess we can just play defense. I mean, we have to play defense now. I should play the land so I can double activate. Well, do I play defense? If I 6 them, they go to 4. They go back up to 7. But then they just leave back the Siren the chump block. Yeah, I think I should play defense. This is such a weird game. God, what a strange game. Could block Toby on Loran and single block a Glyph. Wasn't that just the same thing as putting Glyph on? That's the same thing as putting a Glyph on the Loran and leaving back the Toby, right? It's the exact same thing. I take less damage, I guess, but in terms of the number of creatures that I keep in play, it's the same. That is true. The axes are finally gone. We've answered one of our problems. I feel like we've solved the problem, but then created another problem in the interim. Probably still should have put the counter here. I just want any creature. That is certainly any creature. Now I think I can probably attack with the Pixie. Jesus Christ. Huh. It is awkward that I can't do both of these, because I only have 4 mana left. Let's just send Pixie. I mean, they can't block, right? Because we get the sheltered back. What a strange game. This is one of the games of all time. When you go back and you look at the history books of December 2nd, 2024, you will see this game listed as the game of all time. They are not making this easy on me, huh? So now they lifelink the bunny. What's happening? Oh, what is happening? Oh my goodness. I kind of want to chump with Innocence. Because I want to keep the Battlecry in play. I was going to say, do we have lethal? But no, because they have 2 flying blockers. They have 3, actually. So we don't even have close to lethal. Do this first. See if we draw off the Innocence. Yeah, we can force some chumps here. Is this the first match of the stream? That is an appropriate question to ask when you're looking at this board state. The answer is no, but it is an appropriate question to ask for sure. Huge. What do we attack with here? Probably just all the flyers? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They do have to block something here. Do you ever do this? If I do this, does that make them block 2 flyers? No, because they just chump here, right? And they take 3, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, but I feel like this is better next turn with the Overlord, right? 5, 6. Yeah, this is better. Because, like, they obviously get to kill the Evangelist. Well, they don't get to kill it for free, right? Are they double blocking? That can't be right. Okay, so counter here. Cast you. Counter here. I'm just not going to cast the Overlord now. We get our Sheltered by Ghost back, which I will attach to... I guess this? Yeah, here. And then kill this. Oh my god, what a weird game. We get the Overlord too. I mean, they're just dead, right? Surely they can't get out of this. Look, they have been able to get out of a lot of sticky situations this game. Surely this is the last one, right? This has to be has to be over. All right. Thank God. Thank God that's over. I feel like I've taken 10 years off my life with that match. All right, I want to look at what our overall record is with this deck. What do you think it is? We are 17-7 for a combined 71% win rate. Welcome back, everybody. So that was the Collector's Cage deck. Now, remember I said we initially got the list from Ms. Lizzie. Well, Ms. Lizzie decided to 5-0 a league, and they have made quite a few changes to this deck that I like quite a bit. And I actually played a lot with this updated version, also crushed it. So this Cage deck has just been fantastic. And I want to highlight some of the changes here. So first of all, Sandstorm Salvager over Toby. You saw in that video, sometimes there's a couple of spots where the Toby 4/4 can't attack. Like if you're playing against a removal heavy deck, you're light on resources, could be kind of awkward. So Salvager is nice because it doesn't have that stipulation. And if they kill the Golem, that's the bigger threat right now, letting you keep the Salvager is a little sketchy, because if you make more tokens, you can then use the Salvager to put counters on all those tokens, especially with Overlord. So I think that's a pretty big upgrade. Sky Knight Squire, which is a card that I thought looked really weird in this deck, but you just kind of have to play a couple of games with it to realize how absurd this card is in a deck like this, because you have so many ways to make multiple bodies. 4 Paw Patch, 4 Sanguine, 4 Sandstorm, 4 Overlord. All of those are 3 and 4 mana plays that trigger this twice. So it's very easy to get up to 3 counters to give it flying. Also, even if you only have one of those cards and a Collector's Cage, that can get you the third counter to give it flying as well. So a lot of ways to give it flying. -2 Sheltered by Ghosts, and we swap those with a couple Soul Partitions. Another change that I like because there's a lot of mid-range, and Sheltered by Ghosts is a card that you really don't want against any of the cut-down Go for the Throat decks, so I think swapping for Partition makes sense. And then the other interesting addition here is Warren Warleader as our additional kind of big top-end hit, which I like for a couple of reasons. Casting this as a 4-mana 4/4 is sort of like another Anthem, right? It's very similar to the Restless Prairie type effect, where you just play 4 mana for a 4/4, you attack with a bunch of creatures, you give them all +1/+1. That's like the baseline, and that's pretty good. An important thing to note about Offspring is when you Collector's Cage into an Offspring card, you can pay the Offspring. So for effectively 3 mana, 1 for the Cage activation and 2 for the Offspring off Warleader, you get both halves of this, and that is a good enough payoff because it sort of gives you a double Anthem the turn that you cage into it. So I think this one makes a lot of sense. It's been pretty good. Mana base, nothing too crazy. And then the sideboard, we added the 4th Interrupter. We moved the Sheltered by Ghost to the board. Trying out Invasion of Gobakon because the Sunfall matchup is kind of tough. And 2nd Vivian as well has entered the sideboard. But mostly the sideboard remains unchanged. Just wanted to showcase you guys the updated list because I've been spending a lot of time on this Cage deck. And I mean, my overall record is pretty absurd with this deck. And I want to keep trying some new things with it because I think that this has a lot of potential in the format. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Adios.